Today I get to share with you one of the freshest, most effective strategies that I've found. I'm going to talk about a YouTube strategy for real estate agents that is killing it for us right now. One of the most important things we can do as an agent is to become basically the person or the resource for specific neighborhoods. We've talked about farming forever. What I want to do is I want to take this to the next level. And we're going to talk about a strategy that we've tested, and I'll give you some links where you can check these things out. But I want to just share with you exactly what we've been doing, where we're choosing basically a farm neighborhood. We're doing a video. We're placing it properly on YouTube with the correct title, with the correct tags, and with the correct description in a way that's giving us the ability to move to number one in many cases when people are searching for that condo or for that neighborhood. All right, the strategy starts just like farming with choosing the right neighborhood. Now, so what should you be choosing? Which areas should you be choosing? This is going to start with you identifying, is there a condo, a neighborhood, an area that has a fragmented type of relationship as far as two agents. There's not one dominant agent in that area. And what I like to say is we don't want to see anything where there's somebody that gets 25 or 30% of all of the listings, because if so, we're swimming upstream trying to battle and overcome something that other people have done. So what we want to do is we want to find a place that has basically all the listings that have been taken in the last 12 months, does not have one agent that's been dominant. 10% or less of the listings coming into that neighborhood are with one agent. Once we've done that and we've identified that, now we're going to shift and start searching on YouTube to see how many people are searching for this. This is a great tool, and because what we're using is we're using Keywords Everywhere in this case. Now what Keywords Everywhere is, it's an app that just applies into your YouTube. When you go to your YouTube search bar and you punch in a search term, for instance, I'm going to use this for example because this is the one you can see what we've done. Majestic Sun Condos in Miramar Beach. We just went in and we looked. Majestic Sun Condos in Miramar Beach. At the time we did that, it had about 700 views per month. It's going to tell us, this app will with Keywords Everywhere, how many times people are searching for this term per month. So we're going to get an idea of how many eyes are out there for this particular neighborhood. What's great about this is we're not looking for the one that has 3 to 5, 10,000 views on that neighborhood. It's going to be a market that's just overwhelmed with videos. Ideally, we're going to look at one that's going to be 100 to 1,000 views per month, possibly up to 3,000 views, depending on what we're trying to identify here. When we find that ideal neighborhood that is fragmented because it doesn't have a dominant agent and it has a certain number of searches, now we're zeroing in on exactly what we're looking for. I'm going to give you an example of how this really came about. We had an agent that had gone out to a new neighborhood. They had taken a quick video. There were only 3 houses in this starting up neighborhood. She had a client that said, hey, can you just show me what's around the houses? What does the neighborhood look like? I can't get down there to the area for a little while. Just give me a quick video. She literally took a selfie video with herself in front. She flipped it around and showed just basically the neighborhood. She didn't have a way, because of the size of the file, she couldn't text it apparently to them. So what she did is she uploaded it to YouTube. Now this is a brand new neighborhood that only had 3 houses. She put it on YouTube, and when she put it on YouTube, all of a sudden, about a month later, she just simply titled it by the name of the neighborhood, Info. When she got a call about a month later, someone says, hey, I saw your video on YouTube, wanted to see if you could give me information. She ended up selling another house in that neighborhood. Now listen, we're talking about very segmented. This is a neighborhood that only had 3 houses, but somebody went on YouTube to search for it. This is the power of Keywords Everywhere telling us how many searches. Don't be afraid to go very small on these neighborhoods, because it's going to give you the opportunity really to stand out and come up number one when those people begin their search on YouTube. The second step is shooting the correct video of the neighborhood. Now listen, we want to keep this to 2 minutes or less. And I'm going to give you the process we used that really helped us. And the reason why we want to keep it shorter is because we want to have it where people will watch the video for a certain amount of time. YouTube loves the fact, if they see a video that people watch over 30% of the length of the entire video, their algorithm automatically begins to suggest it to other people. Here's the reason why. The longer people stay watching a video, the more time they have to generate generate income from the ads that they're running on the side of the page where the video is running. So we want to make these 2 to 3 minutes long. We like them to be right at 2 minutes. Now here's the format for shooting the video. It's going to be an intro in front of this. Again, you can go to Majestic Sun Condos and search that in Destin, Florida, and you'll see our video. You can see how we did it and just copy that. But basically what we do is we do an intro to that neighborhood or that condo. Basically just a short 15, 20 seconds. It's going to be you standing in front of that neighborhood, something that people will recognize immediately. You want to do this, you can do this with your iPhone. It's pretty simple to do that. And then what we're going to do is after we do the intro, we're then going to read a script. Here's why the script is important. We want to highlight a few things. We want to highlight the number of units or the number of houses in the neighborhood. We want to highlight any architectural kind of things that stand out for the neighborhood. We want to highlight any of the amenities in the neighborhood. We want to talk about what's close by. And then we want to talk about just a little bit about why people love this neighborhood or this condo. Now, what this does is what we did is we'd shoot the intro, and then we would literally go and sit in the car with a microphone. And you can do this with your iPhone if you want, because the audio's pretty good there. And I would just read the script. And then what we would do is we would do B-roll footage of the things that I spoke of. So I'm going to give you an example. When we talked about this, now we used a drone. You don't have to. You can literally do this with your iPhone and just scan somewhere. So if we talked about a restaurant, you go up in front of the restaurant, and as you're talking about the restaurant, you're just scanning, and then you're editing that in there. If you're looking for an editor, you can find them on Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. Or I'll tell you what would be great also, if you're at a church, most of them have videographers now. If you've got a high school in your area, most of them have videographers that are shooting their daily show in there. Those are great places to start on a small scale with a budget. There's plenty of editors out there that will absolutely do this rock star level, but if you're not wanting to spend the money up front, have somebody that's editing it. When I started on my own. I used CAMTASIA on a PC that gave me the ability to do my own editing. Had to figure it out. It was a long way, but it was well worth the time. Also, you've got iMovie if you're working on a Mac. It's free for you. You can use that. These are great editing tools. Again, you can hire someone or you can learn to do it yourself. The critical part is making this 2 to 3 minute video that has an intro, that it has the body of it where you're talking but you're overlaying it with images that keep people engaged. And then at the end of the video, we're going to do an outro. The outro is simply this. Now maybe you see why people love this neighborhood. If you'd like more information, go to. Now here's what we're going to do on the website. We're going to go and we're going to buy a website on GoDaddy or wherever you're buying your URLs. And we're going to buy whatever that is. I'm going to use Majestic Sun for instance. We bought MajesticSunCondosForSale.com. We went and we had that where we were at. We have Boomtown as our website. Whatever your website is that you want to forward these people to, I simply took that MajesticSunCondosForSale.com, I put it actually and pointed it to the page that's evergreen on my Boomtown website that gives them the ability to see condos that are currently for sale, under contract, or that have sold in the last 2 months. Point that somewhere. What's great about Boomtown for us and what we provide for our agents is it's a natural capture page. They look at 4 pictures, then it pops up for them to opt in. We're seeing leads being generated couple a week right now. We've had this one video, I'm going to use Majestic Sun for instance. We've had this one video out for now 3 months and we're over 2,000 views, probably even more by the time you see this, of that one video that's generating people. We shot one video, we posted it organically, we've run no ad revenue, and we're generating 1 to 2 leads per week from this video. And I can only imagine what this does is it continues to compound over time. Now you can have the best video in the world, but in reality, if you don't get the word out, then that's going to be difficult. I mentioned earlier about keywords everywhere and the way that it tells us how many people are searching it. Now I want to talk about the next tool, which is TUBEBUDDY. This is another app that will actually just be embedded with your YouTube search so that when you go in and you punch in a certain title, on the right-hand side, TubeBuddy will then tell you what your likelihood is for that to move to number 1. It has a sliding scale. It tells you based on the amount of views and it tells you about the uniqueness of your title and what people are searching for. This is a great tool. It took me a little while to figure some of this out, but as you begin to title, this is going to help us. We know how many people are looking. This is going to tell us the correct title. I literally will run 15 to 20 different tests to see which the best title is on there to make sure that it ranks the highest or moves up the quickest. Once you have your title, what's great about TubeBuddy is also now it's going to give you the ability to come back when you're entering this and you go down and TubeBuddy has a section where you can punch in relevant score. It will tell you the best possible tags you can put on there that are going to help you search when people are searching for certain things to move this video to the top. So listen, you want to make sure you've gotten all of this out there. You want to make sure you're presenting it in a way. So you've got a couple of different apps here. When you're looking at keywords everywhere, it's going to help you know how many people are looking for this. TubeBuddy is going to help you title it correctly and tag it correctly. And now we want to get to the last and final piece, which is your thumbnail. Your thumbnail is, and basically what a thumbnail is when you go on YouTube and you see the cover picture, that's the picture, and this needs to be something that's branded for you and that has the ability to really grab somebody's attention. If you don't know how to do this, you can do these on Canva, you can make these yourselves, or you can actually go to Fiverr.com again and say YouTube thumbnail creation, and somebody for $5 will create these for you in a way that's going to draw traffic. Again, critical parts: titling, tagging, description, and your thumbnail. If you get all of those right, I promise you're going to get organic traffic like you can't imagine on YouTube. All right, wrapping all of this up, this is a strategy I know will work for you because it's working for us right now. But the bottom line is, we don't want to just depend on YouTube for this. I would highly suggest when you get these videos together, share them on all social media platforms. Make sure that you're utilizing these in blog posts on your website where you're using this along with a description. Or maybe it's something where you're going in and you're writing something that will do some generating some leads basically through the Google search and then the YouTube search. Here's the bottom line. Google's the #1 search engine in the world. YouTube's #2. Google owns YouTube. To think that going into the future they're not going to be sending more traffic from Google to YouTube would probably be naive. These are videos. These are things you can do now marketing-wise that has a tail for years to come. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.